See how hardy is needed. That's not what I want. Okay.
They'll run down the hill in one of the most storied entrances in all of college football. Death Valley, Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers since 1945. Little gets the blood boiling. Quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the 16th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Seminoles will kick it away to start us off. And they thought about it, turned and thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the offense on first down. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on third down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
He finds his man. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
The Tigers are rolling down the field. The run to the right. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
I I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. Looking downfield, it's Ncaa. Unloads to the right.
Oh, come on.
Just a hair off. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
Just what they'd hoped for on third down as they've got a first at the 32.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
Looking to move it through the air. He's got his man.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On second down, he'll fire. Stands in and takes the hit. He stares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Tiger.
Well,
You don't know how I got it all.
Scripts his opening 10-15 plays, and he didn't even need that. They went 9 plays and scored a touchdown. Everything working perfectly. They look like a well-oiled machine early in this game offensively.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put together a 74-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off with a touchdown toss from the 23. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back to old great seminal running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
Trying to find his man on first down. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. They have relished this tight victory since the last time these two got together, Pollard.
Yeah, it's just winning is beautiful. And when you beat your rival and you get those bragging rights, Palmer, it is a glorious thing for a whole year and sometimes longer.
Well, that's the best thing about rivalry games like this. For the winning team, whoever pulls this one out here today, their fans are going to be bragging about this one for a long time.
He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
And for a draw play to be successful, it's not just the quarterback that has to sell pass, but also the offensive line. The tackles really letting their defensive ends rush upfield, guards and centers passing their guys off at the last second, and then running down the field trying to get hats on hats in the second level. Beautiful execution.
And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm. Now they're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to run for it. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
This offense has a 2nd down play. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to throw, it's Ncaa. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
3rd down coming up after the completion. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he makes the catch. Coming through that 3rd down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in 3rd and short, 3rd and medium, 3rd and long? So far, the offense is winning. Defense is going to need to make some adjustments.
Back to the air one more time. Got his man on the right. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down.
Big play in the passing game there, and I like the receiver gearing down in the zone. Did a nice job finding the soft spot on defense between the defenders, giving the quarterback an easy target to throw to complete that throw.
Clemson set up with another first down. He wants to throw. Quarterback adapting. That's it, fly. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And those are tough passes. When you start throwing those balls towards the sidelines, it's a longer throw for the quarterback to make. And I think that's when you see the majority of the misses for guys, the majority of the overthrows and a little bit of inaccuracy start to show itself.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone, they're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions, and then the pass rush, they win up front.
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Holds it in. Oh, what a big play for this offense as they get it to the 33-yard line. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He's going to pass. Grabs it in the middle. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge game down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you've got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
Oh, this is a good play. Really don't.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
Here we go. Ready, go.
The give. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And this running back is so dangerous down close to the end zone. He's got wiggle, he's got great vision and burst. And he showed all of those attributes right there.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Wisconsin has the lead right now. Feels like Bucky's been doing his share of push-ups, but they haven't been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Penn State. We've got our eye on things here and everything else going on right now, and any updates.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a... Gonna take a shot.
What's this guy doing?
I
don't know what that dude is doing.
Nobody's close.
I thought that was a shocking nod.
Touchdown Seminoles. And once he got loose, it was
I was thinking that was a shocking nod.
Yeah, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown, just like that. They're just about ready to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You can put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. And they've got it at the receiver position, so if you've got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
Out of the gun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Back to throw. It's Ncaa. Pocket starts to collapse. He's got his man. He'll move it up to the 37-yard line. It'll be a first down.
All day.
Just beautiful. And that's a great feeling as a quarterback when you make that throw. It keeps your offense on the field, keeps the offense in rhythm. Obviously not as good as throwing a touchdown pass, but I'll tell you this. Way better than having to trot off over the...
Oh.
Intercepted. Would have loved to have gotten a big return out of that
Gotta
one.
clear
They'll
that.
take it first down at the 40.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. And that throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
This defense will try to keep everything in front. He'll come out throwing on first down. Buying some time as he moves left. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
He was not going to throw that ball to him.
Frustrating
Absolutely fucking
reality
not.
of college football. Like the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single.
Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Florida State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He definitely used a shotgun dog. I guarantee you. But that was a route. They just went that way and then broke back up the field. Definitely what that was.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with this system.
Cross the 30 to the 35, and that's a gain of 6. Clemson jumps to the line. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you have to be really happy about is their ability to move the sticks. This is one of the top 25 offenses in the country in getting first downs. That running back is one of the biggest reasons. He is a weapon.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Here comes Clemson with another first down. Trying to get to him. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He goes out of bounds, but he creates the turnover and a great opportunity for his offense.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum shifting. If they were able to take the football here, drive it down the field, and score again, David, they would have all of that momentum on their side.
And there's nothing about momentum that you can quantify. Like, I don't understand it, but once it gets going in one direction, a lot of times it's so hard to swing it back the other direction. The momentum is real, and they got it.
Catch in the middle. It's Reeves. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground covered to pick up the first. Back to throw. It's Silva. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. The critical down and distances in this game, like that third down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Hauls it in, looking for space. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
The offense set for a first down play. He's looking to pass. He makes the connection. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. On second down, just keeps firing. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense. Fairly manageable distance here on third down from the 27. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Man, that's what I love about this offense, man. They run the football and get first downs. They throw the football and get first downs. So much balance. That's why they're the #2 offense in all of college football getting first downs. They are so hard to defend.
Looking to go up top on first down. Complete downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. And the Tigers in the hurry up. To the air, it's Ncaa. Lobs it off the back foot. It's complete. Touchdown, Clemson. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I'll tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And he's going to try to return this one. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Now they're backed up here, Jesse. Wonder how aggressive they're willing to be.
I think it's going to come down to how much confidence they have in this quarterback and his decision-making.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback
I'm
goes
just like a
down
mob.
to the
When
17.
he was what that was.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On second down, he'll let it fly. Gonna let it fly. The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. We like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job on the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. He'll take another shot here. He can haul it in. Incomplete. They took a shot, but that's how we'll wrap up the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Clemson will kick this deep to get the second half underway. He'll bring it out. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
On the run, it's Reddick. Just plowing ahead. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm always keeping track as a defensive coordinator of where they're running the football. You can see they ran it to the right. Do they like this matchup? Is the right side of their offensive line really good? I'm going to be paying attention to that because that's a big gain. I got to make sure I shut this down the next time they run it.
Can anyone catch him? And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
And I tell you what, we can focus on the left side of the line of scrimmage because that's where the play starts. But you don't get big gains when you run out wide unless wide receivers, yes, wide receivers commit to blocking, staying on their guys. Really good job on the outside by giving the running back space to make the big play.
And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, no! Oh, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Absolutely cold. I put a flat out there and nobody was there. That's what shit.
After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again.
I knew that was coming. Knew that was coming.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he did.
Oh, look out! He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
They want to run it left here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch him get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Dropping back, it's Ncaa. Going to try to pop one on the screen. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. The Tigers are on the move. They'll throw it on first down. A safe call on the wide receiver screen. Open runway ahead. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Clemson will come to the line with a first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Jumped the gun just a bit, and we've got a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Can the D deny them on second and goal? He's looking to throw. And that's going to fall on the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Third and goal coming up here.
That was called.
He's looking downfield to throw. Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
All right, interesting decision for you now. How confident are you in your offense? You got a big fourth down. It is early in the game. Do you feel like your guys can go out and generate a touchdown, or do you want to play it safe and kick the field goal?
It is perfect. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Miami is currently trailing, but if this young star leads a comeback today, he could join Vinny Testaverde and Gino Toretta in the pantheon of greats to play at the U. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Power football with the run. On the move is a 30. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped a really big play.
I think Jesse and Reese could call offensive plays for any team if they're having this much success on the ground. It starts with the ground game, right? Like, you can chew up these kind of plays, then I can play action later on and take shots. But right now, defense has first got to stop the run game that's been chewing them up.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Finding open areas. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy in the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that
shade not coming down.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting the backfield, making the play.
Looking to throw at Silva. Extending the play. Trying to make magic on the scramble.
Oh, come on,
At the
man.
35.
That's
He's
terrible.
run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. And the Seminoles come to the line with a fresh set of downs. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Shakes off the defender. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. He'll pull it on the read. There to make the stop, and we played 3 in this one.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Clemson 24, Florida State.
2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on 4th down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. They'll try it on the ground.
Oh, you got lucky, got a block. That dude was ate up.
Short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team. And he comes through big time.
Why do you keep missing him? Stop missing him, bro.
They move on top here in the 4th.
And this offense
Stop
really
missing.
physicality.
Damn, like a tackle,
When
bro.
it matters in the 4th quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football game.
And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
And now on 2nd down
Not
for
gonna
this
press.
offense.
Crazy as fuck.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Dropping back, it's Ramsauer. Makes his connection. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down.
Nice job by the quarterback. Pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Fucking dart right there. Oof.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. He's looking to throw it. Using the quick game. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good game.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. They'll try to move the chains on the ground.
This is not what I wanted, man. Bro, throw the ball outside.
His defense to find that single yard he needed on 3rd down.
Okay, man.
And I think this offense ran the
You know we're gonna run it.
knowing it's in 4th
Can't even
down
stop it.
territory.
You know I'm running
It's 4th
it.
and short.
You know damn well I'm running it.
Almost near midfield. To me, this is green light. I got to stay aggressive. I'm losing, but the situation favors me in 4th and short.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 4th down, trying to keep the drive alive with the run.
He would hold right there. Motherfucker.
Explosive play, but
Wow.
now the question is, did the official see something to bring it back?
Fourth and 7.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete on 4th down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's such a good job by this defense. This offense is trying to find a spark, trying to get back in this football game. They're trying to be aggressive. The defense answers, and now you put your offense in a beautiful position to go out, execute a really good drive, and put a little distance between the other squad.
They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
That's dumb.
Crosses the 30, he's got away. And there they go again with another huge gain.
That's
on
crazy
the
when you
ground.
just
He's
outrun
finally run
everybody.
out of bounds.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
And that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
And that's really nice offensively because you're in the red zone. You do have an opportunity to add to your lead here, but you're staying in bounds. I think the clock right now is the most important thing. How can we keep this thing ticking away? By going down in bounds, you're doing exactly that.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds.
You've got to think there's 11 guys on defense right now keying in on this running back. They've watched the tape. They've seen this guy gash defenses. He's scored a boatload of touchdowns this season. You're anticipating him getting the football here.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
It's good. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Larry behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's just a field goal game. They're trailing by 3 to East Carolina. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This is everything you could hope for in a rivalry game like this. Close game, waning moments, history waiting to be made, guys.
And it's moments like this why you come and play for these two schools, right? To play in a game like this, in a rivalry like this, in a situation, David, game on the line late, who's going to take it?
And you know when you make this play, you're immortalized. With this kind of rivalry, these are the highlights they'll be showing for years. Everybody like, I remember when so-and-so made that play against our biggest rival to seal the deal.
Back to throw, it's Ncaa. He's got his man. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Trying to escape and get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely. Looking to move it through the air. Makes the grab. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. Big drive for this offense late, trying to tie the game. They've pieced together a couple of first downs, and here they come again. He wants to throw. And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact. Clemson is quick to the line. Going up top on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, you know the defense felt freaked out on that one. You're in the 4th quarter, and you're lined up against one of the fastest players in all of college football, and they're taking a shot up top. You just hold on tight and hope for the best, and that time they were able to force an incompletion.
Wide out in motion. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Going back to the well. Another.
One of the things you have to be impressed about this defense is that they've got guys in the back end who can cover man-to-man or zone. That last one gets swatted away. They're in a situation where they're expecting pass. You know this is going to be a tight window to throw into if you're the quarterback here.
They were really starting to put a drive together, but after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Looking for a man. It's Ncaa. He'll pull it down. Keeps it and gets past the chains. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the first down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
It's money time, and my quarterback's got to come through, and boy, does he ever. It wasn't with his arm this time, but with his legs. You don't account for his legs? Look at this. Scramble around, get outside the pocket, make something happen, and make the heads-up play to stop the clock by stepping out of bounds.
They'll throw it on first down. They're setting up the screen. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Gets it out fast. Touchdown, Clemson! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And they're going to go for two and try to decide it right now. To the air. It's Ncaa. He is in, and they roll the dice. Won't settle for the tie, and they take the lead with a two-point conversion. The returner will field it and bring it back. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Quickly, time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down the field. To the air on first down. Now adjusting. He's going to take off. He breaks a tackle. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. No matter how much college football changes, realignment, all of that kind of stuff, rivalries are consistent, and winning rivalry games.
That's wow.
Because they hate each other so much. So
Good
you
game,
take the
bro.
field against your rival. You're able to put forth a performance like that. That is worth its weight in gold, David. Unbelievable effort here by the winning team, and bragging rights now for a while.
Good fucking game.
For a while. It's a fun thing to be able to accomplish. Now we also got to take in the next couple games, because this is always a letdown that naturally happens after these big rivalry wins. We feel like our chest is poked out. We got to look on to the next game, focus in on this next one.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Your running back fast as fuck. That bitch running circle around my dude. Bro, I mean, running circles around my dudes.